You want to know what I love about my dad's dogs? Is this one's actually now sleeps outside of the kitchen. She's been upgraded, but even though you come down every morning, I'm not even the first one to come downstairs most mornings, but you come down every morning and it's like it's the first time they've ever seen you. So I'm going to walk you through that today. So we have to do this, and then 3, 2, 1. Hey, puppies. Hey, puppies. Good morning, you beautiful people. Welcome to another little update. Today is day 111, and today is 2 weeks before my technical assessment for the company that I'm going for more than the other one. So I'm going to do some work this morning, and then I'm going to go on a dog walk, and I'm probably going to take you along on the dog walk with me and give a little update there. So I'll see you in the dog walk.
Okay, hello everyone again. As promised, I'm now on my dog walk, and I've got a microphone plugged into my phone. It's just this one, but hopefully it's going to work because I did a little mic test before, and it seems to be working quite well. So I thought I'd just do a little update about what's going on. As I said, 2 weeks until my technical assessment. I've been flying through the web application penetration tester course. I thought I'd share some thoughts if anybody is interested in doing the course or is doing it themselves or whatnot, or if they've done the eWPT, because that's what I've realised is it's very different to the eWPT. It's a lot more independent for sure. You're expected to go and find out answers yourself a lot more, which has meant I've spent many hours very frustrated. But I mean, I've used, unlike the eWPT where I felt I was underusing my time in the labs, I feel that I am absolutely flying through the time. It's quite difficult to tell how far I am through. Module wise, I'm about just over a third of the way through, but what those modules are comprised of is very heavily weighted towards the things that I've done. So I've done SQL injections, cross-site scripting, user enumeration, information gathering, and the introduction section. And those have been the bulk of the course, I think. Lots more videos and then all the other topics. But the thing which is very different is that instead of just having one lab or two labs, you'll have every video that you see has a lab which goes through, so you get to go and try it out. And then you get 3 or 4 between 2 and 3 labs, and then 2 to 3 challenges. So what's really different about the challenges is obviously the fact that there's no solutions. I think they're quite tricky. I've definitely struggled with a lot of them. I've been using the forums a lot more than I ever did with the eWPT. But originally I didn't really like them because I was spending a lot of time not really understanding anything. But through troubleshooting, I think that's where I've spent so much of my time in the lab so far, is through the challenges and through troubleshooting. And that's essentially what I was trying to get out of this course, was time spent, not just getting the answer given to you, but having to work through it. And every hour, like even this morning, things that should have taken me an hour took me about 4. And that's good and bad. I think a lot of the time I'm spending is very, very useful, and it's going to hopefully help me in my technical assessment, because it's probably not going to be as easy as it appears. And you're going to have to try, and sometimes a command won't work and you have to fiddle with it for an hour, like this morning, to try and get the command to work. And when it does, you've learnt a lot about what does and what doesn't work. Whereas the eWPT was obviously more targeted towards just getting you to, they didn't really set many, not even the labs themselves were that challenging in that sense. They were more follow along, whereas even the labs, they'll expect you to go off and do bit of your own research. So yeah, I think from that point of view, it's exactly what I wanted. I'm learning lots. spending lots of time in the labs. I feel like I'm covering a lot, and I was thinking maybe when I finish this, I was going to need to spend a long time in the OWASP juice shop. But thinking about it, I think I'm going to have to, well, I think I can relax a little bit on that, because so much of what I'm doing is practically based. So much of my time, the theory doesn't take very long, it's the practical side which takes so long, which is why they obviously include 60 hours with the full, because you do really need it, I think. The things which I am not enjoying very much so far, I'm going to slow down so that I don't not so out of breath, because then I hate watching people who are out of breath on camera. So I don't know why. Maybe you do too. Maybe you're thinking that right now. But the thing which I'm not enjoying very much is not enjoying. It's not that I'm not enjoying it. It's just that there is a just one gripe, which is the DNS. Which actually, to be fair, only today has really become a problem. Before, I didn't really mind it that much, whereas now I'm starting to get to the point where it is very annoying, because unlike the eWPT, every time you connect to a lab, you have to change your DNS settings so that it can connect to the lab, which means that you cannot use your DNS settings to do the normal things that you want it to do, i.e. use the internet. So between, at least that's how, maybe there is a workaround which I'll explore. But Moofy, Bella, come here. Sorry, I had dogs going off into other houses. But even today there was a problem with one of the labs where it wouldn't do what you wanted it to do until you changed the DNS settings to another one, because it used part of Google, so part of the lab relied on Google, so you needed that bit of the lab to be working. So there's been a lot of changing around, lots of back and forth. I know from watching other reviews as well that doesn't change in the exam, and then the exam it's a really annoying problem. So I think that there is, that's the only thing which is really annoying me at the moment. I just wish it wasn't there. I wish you didn't, because especially when, I'd say every time I sit down to do it, there's normally some sort of problem that happens during the time that I'm doing it. So I have to fiddle around with it at least twice, maybe 3 times per session that I do it, that I have to go back, change my DNS manually, and then go back again. So I mean that's where I'm at the moment. I am enjoying it. I'm learning a lot, spending a lot of time in the labs, which is exactly what I need right now. I'm not really thinking about the exam very much at the moment, because I'm doing this for my technical assessment more than for the certification, and I have until July to do my exam. So I'm probably going to wait. Hopefully I'll have a job before then, and then I can just wait and do my, learn on the job, and then do this again once I've actually done some of this in real life. So that's hopeful. That's where I'm at. But yeah, I feel like I'm really putting in the hours that make you better at something. I don't know if that makes sense. I feel like a lot of the other stuff I've done has been, because it's been so prescribed and everything's been very like step by step, walk you through it, that it's been good to follow that kind of methodology, but if things went wrong I wouldn't have known what to do. Whereas I think now this course makes you think on your feet a lot more, and that's really cool, because that's exactly what I'm doing essentially, is finding ways around things, and in the process learning so much about how things work. So that's where I'm at the moment, and I will see you in the next one.